our journey started out really last summer, where we would go up to London and have attend events, and through that they developed a 6-day facilitators program, which in your working life can sound like a lot of time out of work, but it's about giving yourself permission to be out of work, to go off and develop and come back with tools and techniques that some will sing to you more than others, and without realising it you begin to drop them into your day-to-day work. There's been a wealth of tools, but there's a few that I can pick out in particular. The first 2 days we concentrated on some process mapping, and that brought you closer together with other teams across the country. And it is a very complex process, and sometimes you can realise you've picked too difficult a subject and you regroup and you choose something else and it begins to flow more. So that was really interesting because it gave, I can recall the group that I was working in, it gave a strategy for one of the leads to go back and engage with her own CCG to move things forward. It's the conversations, it's the storytelling, which can sound possibly, you know, you're telling a story, but it's about that engagement, hooking people into their own values and bringing them along on a journey to be up for it, whatever it might be. And that I found really useful. Our CCG has 123 GP practices, so it's a large CCG. And we had a very positive uptake in those workshops being attended, and we did try to sell it on the premise of, if you attend one, we would encourage you to attend all 3 workshops because they build from one workshop to another. So that's how we began to spread the learning. We did lots of practicing in a very safe environment of developing engagement stories with our stakeholders and practicing them and being observed and having constructive feedback. And I think as I've come away and worked with the tools and techniques, I don't think I'm always consciously conscious of when I'm actually using them. It becomes part of your natural way when you're in the workplace. I suppose what I'd like more help with, and this is because I recognise it as my own personal weakness, is you can't be an expert in all things, has been around metrics through the Prime Minister's Challenge Fund, and I have grown in this area, but I think that would need some further development. And sometimes when you're exposed to metrics, you get a huge variation of how people convey the measurement and what you're going to measure as an output for gathering effective metrics to inform evaluations. Absolutely. They have to be up for it. You can't drag people kicking and screaming to develop their own portfolio. But to be exposed to a facilitators program that was run by them, it's a blend of coaching and mentoring and engaging with people, whether it's the public or colleagues. And I think it's such an important skill to be able to facilitate, because you can actually move things forward even through those difficult conversations that we often experience. I would just like to applaud the opportunity of the improvement team developing that 6-day course, and I know that we did convey it to some of our pilot sites under the Prime Minister's Challenge Fund, and one of our GPs from the eastern localities, the Exeter area of Devon, attended the 2nd cohort of facilitator training, and I bumped into him a couple of weeks ago, and he just thanked me for the opportunity for him to go off and do something like that, because he knows he's going to take those tools and techniques back to the wider audience within Exeter.